Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Notary Titans. Today is November 25th. It is Thanksgiving week, and we are thrilled that you guys are all here hanging out with us today. If you are new to this call, welcome. This is TNT, the nation's longest running free coaching program for notaries. And if you are rewatching us on YouTube, hello to everybody in replay land. We are thrilled you're here. This is a mastermind room full of, oops, made my script go away, um, full of experienced professionals and curious learners, all here to help each other succeed. That's what you are stepping into. TNT is the play-by-play of the notary business. We're here live every week to break down the plays, celebrate the wins, and coach you on the strategies that keep you moving forward. Questions that you post in the chat may or may not be answered. We always give priority to those raised hands, and you can find the raised hand feature at the bottom of your Zoom screen. It looks like a little outline of a hand. And then you can check in the chat for all the chat room etiquette, the announcements, or anything else like that. Any links that we're talking about, those will all be put in the chat for you. My name is Jen Neitzel. I am the creator of Marketing for Notaries, and I am joined by the GOAT herself, Laura Bieber. Hi, Laura.
Hey, good afternoon, Jen. It's a beautiful day today. It's very overcast, but all the leaves are changing. We have a really big change of season in Modesto, and all of the
Mhm.
green trees are now yellow and red, and
Oh,
it's so gorgeous.
I miss that. We don't get that in Texas like you guys do on either coast, really. And I miss those beautiful, vibrant trees in the fall. This is my favorite time of year. I also want to introduce Matt Miller with the California League of Independent Notaries, who is here supporting us today. Hi, Matt.
Good afternoon, Jen. Happy to be here. Like Laura said, it's also a very crisp fall day in San Francisco. I even have my flannel on today,
Oh
so
boy.
all into the holiday festivities this week.
Oh, I know. I'm so excited for Thanksgiving, as I'm sure all of you are, just to spend some time with family or maybe not. So, to that point, Laura, I would love for you to tell us what you have going on this weekend, because I love how you framed this.
Well, let me just finish changing my name. Oh, see, who in the heck is that? I
Get
don't
back to me,
know.
Laura.
Yeah, get back to me. Catch me if
Back
you
to
can. More.
me.
So, guys, I'm sure most of you that I host Laura's Inner Circle every Saturday. And we took a poll and said, hey, yeah, people want to be there. And so I just want you to know if you need like a little break from all the love and family happening this weekend, come check us out. Take an
Mhm,
hour, get away. We'll
mhm.
be on 8 a.m. Pacific time.
That's awesome. I love that. If you need a break from the family, come hang out with your notary family, right? I love it. All right, guys, I'm going to put that link in the chat if you want to get registered for Laura's Inner Circle. All right. We have some announcements as we always do, and then we're going to get to Sherry's raised hand question there. But everybody else, feel free to raise your hands now as well. I have written a book and I'm so excited for you guys to read it. If you need any support with your marketing plans, or if you need a marketing plan. And if you're running a business, you need a marketing plan. This book will help you. It will absolutely help you. Go check it out. There's a Kindle version that's a little cheaper than the hardback version, but that hardback version, I guarantee you're going to be writing that thing up and taking notes in the margins. We also want to remind you that the 2026 National Notary Conference is coming up in May. You can find tickets. The early bird pricing is still available. That's $750 early bird pricing. It is available through the end of January, January 29th. And Laura has been telling us these last few weeks about her new advanced specialty notary series that is available on her website, Coach Me Laura. Laura, tell us about this series of 33, yes, I said 33 1 hour videos. Tell us what's in that.
So I have a whole list posted on the website if you want to see all the 33 titles to know what they're at, but they're all over the place. They include all the different specialties that we might be interested in, so that if you want to know what does that mean for you as a notary to be a part of that, you can find out. I dived much deeper into quite a few of the topics that are on there. So each one is a call that I did live. I answered questions and I took all the years of experience that I've had with that specialty and put it in there. So if you use the word coached, COACHED, coached as the coupon code, you're going to get the 33 videos for $3 each. It's only 99. You get all of it. You have anytime access, as many times as you want, whenever you want. There's no deadline. So as you're moving in, maybe you're trying out a specialty and you want a deeper level, then this is for you.
I love it. That is an incredible value for anybody in the notary community looking to level up. Now, we all know that Matt is the president of the California League of Independent Notaries, and whether you are a notary in California or not, his organization is important, and he's having a monthly roundtable meeting next week. Matt, will you tell us about that?
Absolutely. Thanks, Jen. We will have our monthly roundtable on the 4th at 5 p.m. Pacific. If you've already signed up, you'll get a reminder email that day. If not, Jen's going to put the link on where to sign up in the chat. This one's going to be of particular importance, guys, because we're going to be talking about all the new laws that go into effect January 1 all across the country. So make sure to attend so that you can stay compliant or capitalize on any new opportunities that these new laws may be opening up. So I look forward to seeing you guys there. It's free to attend live. And then if you want the replay, you have to be a paid member of the CLIN. And you can check out our membership pricing at calnotaries.org/join. And guys, we're open to every notary across the country because we track, report, and lobby on laws in every single state, not just here in California. So
Yeah,
look forward to seeing you there.
such important work you do, Matt. So we
Thank you.
are thrilled to promote that and encourage everybody to join Matt next week for the CLIN Roundtable. Now, I have a couple of things I want to share with you guys. First, I need to poll everybody on the call. Are you receiving two reminder emails for TNT? If so, please put a one in the chat. You've
And
gotten two different reminder emails for TNT. They look different. Tell me if you're getting that. I'm making some updates to my system and I'm testing it this week on you guys. You just didn't know it. Okay, some are, some aren't. I want to just, if you haven't seen the second one that's gone out and you want to take a look at it, you might want to go check in your promotions folder. It may have gone into that or to a spam folder, but I am making some updates so we don't have these issues with not getting reminders every week sometimes. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you guys is I got a little inspired. You guys really inspired me last week. Laura, we asked everybody, somebody came up and was asking, they said they were a new notary. I can't remember who asked now, darn it. She said she was a new notary and she just wanted some new notary entrepreneur advice. And I had asked everyone in the audience, I said, there's like 70 people on the call. I want 70 responses in the chat of your best advice. And I put that in a Google Doc to share with you guys today. So everybody can have that to take it um, home with them today. Let's see. They put that in the chat for you. Just click on that doc and all that awesome advice that you guys gave out last week to our TNT member asking. It was a brand new notary. It's all written down there for you. I just had ChatGPT make it look pretty for me. And so I'm really excited to share it today because there are some great words of advice in there, which we may dive into a little bit later. But first, we want to get to any of your questions. And we also, Cynthia, I just got your chat just caught my eye and it just made my heart skip a beat. Um, thinking about it. Sorry. If you guys will hang out with us today, we are going to pivot this call about halfway through and start talking about the things that we are grateful for in this notary business, because Laura and I know that vibing with gratitude is an amazing way to help shift your mindset into a more positive space. But first, we want to answer all of your questions. So, Sherry, thank you so much for your patience. Tell us what state you're calling from and what your question is today.
Well, first of all, I want to say good afternoon, Jen and Laura. As you already know, I am a new certified trust agent as of last
Yay.
week, and I have a couple questions.
Sure.
The first one is on a power attorney. If there's no real estate property involved, does it need to be recorded, the power attorney? Like for a health care directive, do they need to record that anywhere?
It does not have to be recorded. That's not a requirement. It's effective as soon as it's either witnessed by two people or notarized by one notary. As soon as that's done, it's an effective document. Same thing with a power of attorney financial. Some people do record it, and there may be many different reasons why they may go ahead and take that step. Perfectly fine, but it's not. It doesn't have to be recorded to be effective.
To be effective. Okay. If they do have something like that recorded, would they take that to the county recorder's office?
Well, that's where things would get recorded. If they want to
Okay.
record it, they would take it down there to be recorded.
Okay, my second part of this question is for a living trust, if you do not have any real property, do you need a living trust?
Well, you may or may not. It depends on what your other assets are. Every state has a different level threshold for probate process. Um, and if you have liquid assets, you might have stocks and bonds and savings and money market and other kinds of assets that add up to the threshold and exceed it, then that might be another reason why you would use a living trust in order to scoop that all out and keep you under the threshold, which means then you only file a couple documents with the probate court. So the most common way people do this, the biggest asset most of us have, is we own a townhouse, we own a condo, we own a house. And that's what's causing us to go over the threshold. But if you don't own one of those and you really don't have assets that take you up to the threshold, then a living trust may not be what you need. Maybe a wills-based plan, estate plan is all you need, which is the health care, the power of attorney, and the last will. But again, somebody should consult legal assistance to make that determination. It shouldn't just go on because Laura said.
Right.
I'm just giving you some general information.
Right. Thank you so much for that information.
Okay.
Great question, Sherry. Thank you. Does
Um,
anybody else want to raise their hand and ask us some questions? Everybody's quiet again today. There's
They're
not a lot of folks on
already
the
at the
call.
at
I
the
know.
table already.
Do you think everybody's already celebrating Thanksgiving? I hope so.
Maybe.
I hope people are out celebrating. Well, guys, listen, if you think of a question along the way, please don't hesitate to raise your hand. If the idea of talking on camera is uncomfortable for you, of course, you can put your question in the chat as well. But Laura and I really wanted to spend some time in gratitude with each of you today. We knew this was going to be a bit of a smaller call with everybody maybe on the road. Traveling to see their families. I think today is supposed to be the busiest travel day of the year, isn't it?
Yep. It
Yeah.
is.
I know my son is on his way up from Austin. He just left, and it normally takes about 3 hours, and I think it's going to take him about 4.5 to get here, is what it looks like. So I know the traffic here in Texas has already started. But Laura, talk to me about why gratitude is so important.
Love that question. And it has to do with the vibration level of gratitude. And when you're coming from a perspective of gratitude, it it heightens your own vibration, and it puts you in a positive mode, positive energy. And that positive energy starts bringing you what you're looking for. So you're not out chasing what you need. Instead, by being in that positive energy, the energy just brings the world to you. And that's what I love about that. And when um, I'm working on something that is a stretch for me, or I'm hopeful to move into a certain area, the first thing that I do is I find a way to be in gratitude, even if it's not related to that item at all. There's generative gratitude, where you get up in the morning, your feet hit the floor, and I'm just grateful that I was able to do that because others did not. And then as I go through my morning, and I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth, and there are people who can't just do that simple function, they need help with that. And when I, come out to the kitchen and I'm making my coffee and I'm pulling things together, and that I have an agenda for the day, I actually have work. I'm excited. I feel positive about that. And that positivity just brings more of the same to me. So if you're ever thinking about what can I do to change my circumstance without money, right? It's the mindset. Get that mindset. Be grateful for what you already have. And it's okay to be grateful for what you have and say, and I'd like this too. It's all right to be grateful for what we have and still want more. That's all right.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I'm curious, Laura, what are you most grateful for? And then we're going to get to Christopher, see if he has something he wants to share or a question in just a second. But what are you curious or curious? Oh my God. What are
You
you grateful for?
curious minds
Yeah,
want to know.
yeah, curious minds want to know.
I am most grateful for the relationships that I have developed, particularly in the last 8 to 10 years, but throughout, because those relationships have led me to have to stretch my own skills. Those relationships have helped me to grow interpersonal skills. It has helped me to grow closer relationships with people. It has allowed me to work with people I would not have thought I'd be working with. It has allowed me to move my business forward, and not just my business forward, but friendships and other relationships, so that I feel like I have a full life, right? It's not just all work life. And even though my work life can bleed into my personal life, because a lot of my friends are also colleagues,
Mhm.
I love that. I love that it can go back and forth. Sometimes we're just talking as friends, and sometimes we're talking as colleagues, and being able to go back and forth and to have people in my life that get me.
Yeah.
That's really special. And I do feel like I have people in my life that really get who I am. So that's what I'm grateful for.
That is amazing. I'm very, very lucky to have that. And you are one of those people for me. So thank you. I want to hear what Matt is grateful for. But first, I want to go to Christopher to see if he has a question or if he wants to share something that he is grateful for. Hi, Christopher. How are you?
Hey there, good afternoon. I'll actually do you a double one and I'll do both. I'll ask you a
Awesome. Love it.
question. At the moment, I'm currently grateful for two things. I've unfortunately was displaced from my job with the hurricanes that hit Florida last year, a year and a half ago, or a year and a month ago. So at the moment, I've been unemployed for the last year. But at the same time, that's very good because that's given me a year and some time that I didn't expect in order to start my new notary business and everything. So I'm very happy to be able to start a new business and get everything all set. And so, although I'm upset that I'm unemployed, it's because I'm unemployed I'm able to have the time to do the background and the training and everything to start a new business. So it's a cursing and a blessing, but I consider it more of a blessing and take it as a kiss of gratitude, first of all. So that's the
Yes.
thing I'm grateful for this, having the ability to start this business and being in the position I'm currently, so I don't really worry about a 9 to 5 job or anything like that, and have the time and the money available to me to actually start this business and get it off on the ground, hopefully by the 1st of January.
That's
That's really
very
great.
exciting. And
It
we are
is. Yeah.
thrilled to have you. Christopher is actually one of our newest Marketing for Notaries members as well. So
Yep.
we are glad that you have joined us over at Marketing for Notaries. Now, you have a question for us.
Yep. Last night I took the plunge and I actually got bought my domain name, got my email address and everything all set up, and have the name of my company. Since this kind of relates, since everything relates to marketing one way or another, now that I've done that, what would you suggest I do as my next step in marketing after I've got the name of the business, the domain name, and the email and everything set up?
Do you have a Google Business Profile set up?
That's on my agenda
Okay.
for
That
tomorrow.
needs to
Yes.
that needs to be the next thing you do is to get your Google
Okay.
business profile set up. And that's for anybody listening. At the beginning of your journey, you want to have a few things in place, a website or a landing page, social media presence for social proof, meaning people look other people up on social media to see what kind of folks they really are before they invite them to their home for a service, and your Google business profile. You have to have a GBP profile. It's free. It's pretty simple to set up. And if you need training in that or anything, look inside the resources at Marketing for Notaries, and we have that listed out. But it's really not difficult to set up your Google business profile. What I will tell you with it is I want you to treat it like social media. I want you to interact with your Google business profile at least once a week by updating pictures of you around town or with customers, talking about other businesses on there that you've worked with. It's going to help build your SEO back to your website and help fuel that, but it's also going to create more social proof for folks that want to hire you. How's that sound?
Wonderful. Great. Thank you very much.
You didn't even need me for that. You already had that on your list for
Yep.
tomorrow. So,
Well, I
and
just
thank
wanted the verification.
Yeah, yeah. And thank you for sharing your gratitude. I love that. It's an excellent way to really set your positive mindset at the beginning of your entrepreneurial journey, which for any of us that are entrepreneurs on this call, most of us are, we know how difficult that can be. So having your mindset with that, Christopher, is amazing. So good for you. I'm happy to see that.
Good. Thank you.
But now I want to hear from Mr. Miller so he can tell me what he is grateful for in this awesome notary business that we all love so much.
Well, thanks, Jen. I wrote down one, but then I came up with another one. So I'm going to give you
Listen, you
three
can
first.
you could be grateful for more than one thing. That's
So, like Laura, the relationships are,
yeah.
certainly very special. But also, what I really am grateful for about this particular business in particular, and the advocacy work that I do, is that I'm always learning something new. I'm learning about a new document. I'm learning about a new legal procedure. I'm learning about a different kind of notarization that occurs in a different state that we don't have in our own. I'm learning about documents that go overseas and what receiving agencies are expecting versus not. And I'm always advancing in my career by this. I'm learning other legal laws and bills and what legislators are looking for, what they're more concerned about versus what notaries are concerned about. And by way of the yearly survey we do with the CLIN, I learn a lot about my colleagues and what they're feeling and what they're looking for. So I really enjoy the continued growth and advancement that I get to experience because of this business. And then the other one is the moments you share with your clients. For example, earlier today, I was able to join a gal at UCSF who needed to get her diploma, her transcripts, and other things notarized so that they can be apostilled so that she can possibly get accepted in an art school in Spain. And this was a big part of that happening. And now she's very excited because she's likely going to be able to get into that program. Or when you're working with a client who needs to prove their identity or residency to open up a new branch of their business in a faraway land. That's exciting. That's fun to share with them. Or someone who is buying their first home, or someone who is putting together a prenuptial agreement, or someone who is putting together their estate plan. All of these things are very positive experiences. And we get to share those moments with our clients. How awesome is that? So, those are a couple of things that I'm really grateful for as a notary and an advocate in what I do day to day.
I love that, Matt. The work you do is so important. Thank God for you out there advocating for notaries, and getting in front of the right people, and making a difference that way. So thank you for sharing that. And we want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you are grateful for in this business. If you want to raise your hand and share with us what you are grateful for in this amazing business, we want to hear from you. And while you're thinking and raising your hands, I'm going to share what I am most grateful for, in the notary business. And this year has really challenged me, really challenged me, both professionally and personally. And not a lot of not some of it wasn't good, right? Some of it was really, really hard. But what I'm so grateful for is that instead of handling things the way I used to, I'm all of these little tricks I talk to you guys about, how to, the neuroplasticity in your brain and how you can change your mindset and all those kinds of things. I implement those. I have been making a deliberate practice of those, and it works. And I am handling things so much better. So I've had to really stretch myself these last 6 months. And I, while I Laura will attest to this, the whole way was kicking and screaming. I am now looking back and saying I'm grateful for that because I learned so much in the year, but especially the last 6 months. So I'm grateful for having that stretch that I needed to get to this place. So as things are looking up and looking better. So that is mine. Larry, what are you grateful for this year?
Well, I am grateful for this sort of group, this whole thing, because I stumbled into being a notary. I would say I backed into really being a notary, have it as an adjunct to another job I was doing at a credit union. And anyway, I stumbled into this and kind of had to learn everything on my own in the job that I was in. Basically, my boss admitted we kind of threw you in and told you to figure it out. I had no background, and so by the time I left the credit union, I felt like the stupidest person in the world. Like I didn't know a thing,
Yeah.
but I still had my notary commission. And I think I've told the story before where I was trying to think, what am I going to do with this? I have to pull myself together, I have to support myself, and discovering that you can be an independent notary. This is a thing that you can do.
Yeah.
And it's just feeling like that's why I'm always here at the meetings when I can be, because I learn and I get to feel smart. But those stuff because I spend a lot of time alone and I feel stupid a lot. But then when I can figure stuff up, I can come with it. I'm just really grateful to feel smart and to get things done and to know how to do things and to help people.
Well, Larry, we absolutely do not think that you are stupid. So I hope you know that from me to you that I have never thought that about you. I know one thing is for certain. Every Tuesday, Larry is going to be with his camera on, smiling back at me. He's going to be there. And he is going to support this call and he's going to support what we're doing. And it means so much to us. And Larry, I also want you to know if you're ever feeling lonely, that every single person on this call would welcome a call from you. You call anytime you need somebody to talk to, and I'm happy to do that. Um, we're thrilled that you are here. Thank you for taking the time every week to join us. It means so much. Laura, do you have anything you want to add?
1 second. If I do, I may cry too. Because Larry,
Okay.
he's not just on this call, he's been on my Saturday call. He's really been in our orbit for a long time. And what I truly appreciate about you, Larry, is that you bring good questions. You don't speak up all the time, but when you do, you bring to the group questions that are meaty and that help us. You do the heavy lifting, right? That help us have an opportunity to talk to the whole crowd about whatever that is. And if you didn't ask it, I wouldn't have the chance to talk about it. So for that, I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Matt, did you
Yeah,
want to add anything?
I understand what you're saying, Larry, and I think that you do bring a lot to the profession. I've worked with you in person, and I know that you are very capable and very astute. So my heart goes out to you. You're one of my neighbor notaries here, right here in San Francisco.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are practically neighbors, aren't you? Although
Yeah.
it doesn't feel that way in a big city like San Francisco. But thank you for being vulnerable, Larry. I think that is the absolute most powerful way to show your bravery is by
Yeah.
being vulnerable in front of other people. And so for me today, I have learned how brave you are. So thank you for sharing that because that it does take a lot of guts, as you know. So, and I hope you saw all the love on the screen and you need to go look in the chat. Go look in the chat now. You got some stuff in there to read. While Larry is doing that, let's talk to Marilyn. She's in Arizona. Marilyn, what are you grateful for with this amazing business?
Oh, mute. You're on mute.
Okay, I'm in the car. Costco, my favorite place, getting gas. Um, I am grateful that this community has brought me out of my shell, actually made me realize I do have a brain, that I knew I had a brain. It's so nice that I don't ever have to go back into a legal office and work for money. I make money. I meet people that are absolutely awesome and make their dreams come true. And this community is absolutely so uplifting to know that even if we don't know you personally, you always bring us love and gratitude and friendship. And we know we're not out there on our own. And that's what your community has brought to me over the last 4+ years.
Thank you, Marilyn. That's awesome. Marilyn, we got to meet for the first time at conference. It was this year's conference, wasn't it? It wasn't
It
last year.
was. No, it was
This
this
year's
year's conference.
conference.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got to come. Are you coming to next year so we can hang out again?
I already got my airline ticket, my hotel room, my partner to
Oh
share a
my,
room with, and my so I'm all ready to go. I even got time off from my signing service.
good for you. Oh my gosh, she is prepared.
So looking forward to it. But I do have a question now, if I can
Yeah,
add that
yeah,
in.
yeah, of course.
I do a lot of loans for mortgages, and on a lot of the deeds of trust, they have they have the client sign, and then sometimes they have witnesses. We don't need witnesses in Arizona, and then I just notarize his signature. I don't put anything on the witness part like NA or a line because I'm afraid that the escrow will kick it back on me. What do I do in this situation?
Well, I can go first, but Matt may want to add on to it. Most of the states aren't witness states for, say, deeds, but there are some who are. The thing is they use boilerplate sometimes forms that cross over from one state to another. So the document is asking for witnesses. And if we're not going to be using witnesses, I would always put a little line or an N/A. I would ask actually the signer to do that because that's the document portion. And the reason I do that is that I don't want somebody after the fact say, oh, you should have witnesses on this. And then they just find two people to add signatures that were not there when I notarized the document. So that's what my concern would be with leaving it open. Matt, you want to?
So just have the client put NA on there.
Well, one, I wouldn't do it. I would be pointing out to the signer and let them do it. First of all. Second of all, what I would do is I give them options. And I say, you could draw a line, you could put N/A, doesn't apply, whatever you'd like to do to address these blanks, because all I'm trying to do is prevent them from being utilized after the fact. So that's my thought there. Matt, do you have anything you want to add?
Yeah, you want to freeze the document if you know for sure that no witnesses are required. But my question is, if
Yeah.
the document preparer prepared the document calling for witnesses, it's not our place to say whether or not that document needs witnesses. Now, I understand in Arizona to record a deed, you may not need witnesses, but wherever that deed's going, like Florida, for example, their recording law does require two witnesses in addition to notarization. So I think that leaving it blank is probably not a good thing. I think that making the decision to cross it out is probably not a good thing. I think we need to find out from the receiving agency what exactly they want instead of assuming, well, I'm in Arizona, we don't do that, right? Or I'm in California, we don't do that. I think it's important to find out what the receiving agency is looking for.
Good point, Matt. Does that answer your question, Marilyn?
Work on that one, see what I can do for an answer. So yeah, okay, that does. But everybody have an awesome Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you.
You
You
too.
as well. You enjoy that Thanksgiving holiday. Philip in Texas. Hi, how are you, my friend? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Doing well, doing very well. I think my Thanksgiving this year really revolves around the fact that I'm still alive. After the first part of this year, I had a major medical event that a few of you know about. It came down when they got me to the hospital of two options. The drug that might save my life could also kill me, or just go ahead and call it quits. I decided to put it in the Lord's hand and not take the medicine. And I came home. So I have a chance to restart and grow my business again and starting from scratch this year and trying to get everything prepared so that January I can be in place and do this full speed. As well as after 50 years, plus the stroke has also made it required, but after 50 years, I'll no longer be taking part-time aviation consulting business anymore. So I'm going to turn in my FAA stuff this year. So
You're going all in. I love it.
no choice.
It's time. It's time. It's time, right?
It
So
is.
I love that. And um, Philip worked in aviation in his previous life before he became a notary. He happens to live close by. We've had the pleasure of meeting a few times for coffee or at a networking event. So I'm so happy that everything turned out the way that it did because you had a very difficult first part of this year. So, and thank God you're sitting here today. Does anybody else, Laura, Matt, do you guys want to add
What I
anything?
want to say is, great job at finding the gift in the unpleasant news,
Mhm.
right? Things happen and they're not pleasant, and sometimes we have to make hard decisions as a result. But finding the gift there that can take us forward, that's what makes the difference. It
That's
sounds like you did that. You found the
yeah.
gift.
Yeah, that's so true. Just knowing that this is a rough thing I'm going through, but this is going to get me to a point where I'm better, right? And that
Oh,
mental.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's some mental toughness that you had to deal with. I know. So I'm so glad that everything worked out the way it did, Philip. And you're not really starting from scratch. You're starting with experience too. So remember that when the days
Yeah,
get hard, okay? Because
yeah,
with entrepreneurship, you know how that goes. It's
yeah.
gonna be hard some days. Thank you, Philip.
Well, everybody have a truly blessed Thanksgiving. I wish you all the best, and we'll see you next round.
That's right. That's right. Jabari Bristow. What a fantastic name you have. You sound like you should be a rock star, Jabari Briscoe. Bristow.
Oh wow, thank you so much for that. I'm not sure about the rock star part, but I appreciate it. Well, first of all, I'm thankful for you guys, Lauren, Lori and the entire crew, but I want to say I'm grateful for this group. We started off kind of slow, and then, when Larry opened up and shared, it just brought a lot of warmth to the entire circle. So I appreciate everyone here. But I raise my hand to say that I'm grateful for every challenge, every experience, every person, every book, and every lesson that gives me an opportunity to be a better version of myself. And it also gives me an opportunity to contribute to others' lives and help them experience a better experience on this life. So thankful very much for that. And everybody have a great, great, great Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much, Jabari. I love that. What a powerful thing to um, sit in gratitude, right? And feel that vulnerability, that bravery that Larry started this call with. And we've gotten pretty we've had tears on this call in the past. We've had tears and we've had moments on this call in the past. But the one thing that always stands true is we're always here for each other. We've always got each other's backs. And we come back every week to learn more and just to hang out with each other. Like this is a bright spot of my week, isn't it, Laura, for you as well? Just to be able to see everybody and um, know you guys are out there and doing okay. It means just as much to us too. Thank you for sharing that, Jabari. I appreciate it. And I
Absolutely.
love that self-improvement is a priority for you too. It's a priority for me as well. So, um, strengthening that mindset is very important.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great Thanksgiving. And then we need to get him a guitar or something because does that not sound like the most rock star name you've ever heard? It's great. I love it. Victor in Houston. Hey, my friend? How are you? Victor, you're on mute. There he goes.
Hi.
Hi.
Um, I wanted to share something. Larry actually touched my heart so that it moved me to finally to want to say something, and uh, and I feel the same as the gentleman who just afterwards talked about his medical situation. But uh, back in December, I had started to plan to actually retire in March after 29 years at a major hospital system. And I had a wonderful career, wonderful job. And ordinarily, I would have stayed there, but I felt that it was time for me to pursue something I always loved, which was notary work. I've done it for 30 plus years, and I've enjoyed it. And I've done it as a free service, but also did it, on the weekends as a side gig, and I taught classes, and I did much of that. And so, but in December, as I'm preparing to retire, I ended up having a relapse of a medical issue that started a few years ago, and so that it left me with unable to see properly, and some other neurological issues and so forth. And so, while I'm laying in bed, I said to myself, I want to do this business. I really do love it. I like what I do. I like how I affect people, and so forth. And but I want to know how to market it and do it right, and so forth. Now, certain names had always been in front of me over the years. I've always heard of Laura and Bill um, over the many years. And I'm not sure, Laura, if it was because of, for some reason, I have this vague memory that it may have been the NNA or something like that. I'm not sure how I first got your name. And so while I'm laying in bed with one eye, because I saw doubled, so with one eye, I would thumb through my phone and my tablet to look for articles and stuff like that. And I said, well, let me look under Laura and Bill and find information about how to market this because I know they do it and I know that they're the professionals that have made a success of this. And your reputation was out there. So I thought I'll look at that. And I am so happy that I stumbled upon HPN and upon your books and so forth like that, something I should have done years ago. And then I've read through those books and with one eye for my entire hospital stay there was a while there. And so when I came out and I was able to finally start seeing a little better, I knew that's, what I needed to do. And in fact, believe it or not, I've learned more in these few months than I've done all the years prior.
That's
and
awesome.
so as a result, I'm thankful for that. And I had the pleasure of finally getting to know of Jen. I didn't know of you, Jen, but I got the chance to see some of
Yeah.
your stuff, and I got your book, and
Oh, thank
it's on.
you.
As soon as I finish, there's one book ahead of you. So as soon as I finish with that, then I'm going to get into your book and pull that out. So I'm appreciative of that. Many times I felt that I should, that I wouldn't be able to do this business. Many times I felt that with neurological problems, sometimes my mind wasn't always there, and I'm under medication and so forth. So sometimes I wasn't clear, and it is disturbing when you have relatives that would look at you wondering, what are you saying, or what are you doing? And I'm not even realizing, and so forth. But keeping my mind focused on what I loved, which is my family, my business, the people that I know over the many years, and doing this and loving it, I think has been not only a pleasure, but it's a life changing thing for me. It actually gave me a purpose beyond anything that I thought I would do,
Wow.
and so appreciation all the time. Now, people ask me, why do you always sound like you're always so positive, and why you're always sharing? Well, I got a lot to be appreciative about. I thank the
Love that.
the group because I'm able to share what I learn, and Larry, because I share and I ask questions, I feel smart. So I know how you feel. So you always have great questions out there, and I love it. And the questions that come out, and even when I know I've come across those things before, it is refreshing to learn new ideas, new ways of doing things, new ways of viewing things, and so forth. So again, I thank you, and I thank this group for what I get out of it. And Matt, by the way, I didn't even realize you are who you are. uh, what I meant by that is I've heard of you. I've heard of some of the. I know you've written some books, and I've read excerpts from your book, from books that you've been, from a book I think you were involved in, and so forth. And your name was out there. So when I finally realized who you were, I was happy to see you on there. And so again, thank you.
Thank you so much, Victor, for sharing that. I'm thrilled to hear that you are feeling better. Things are better in your life. That's health wise. That's the most important thing, right? Health
Mhm.
comes first, guys. We got to take care of ourselves. But I appreciate the energy that you bring to the groups that you're involved in because you do share some very valuable information. And I love that. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving with your family.
Well, I'm going to be treated like a king when they get here because my daughters won't let my wife, push me around. And so I have grandchildren, and I get a lot of attention. I sit back at my chair and just have them come on top of me and talk to me and so forth. So I'm going to be,
Enjoy every
I'm going to
moment
be,
of that.
yeah, I'm going to be spoiled. So I'm looking forward
Good.
to it. Thank
Good.
you.
I'll share something with you, Victor. I am looking forward to getting really spoiled myself this weekend. Because I haven't really said this much except to Laura the other day when I was just in complete disbelief, my mouth hanging open. I'm going to be 53 on Saturday, and I'm fully and all the kids are home, so I can't wait to get spoiled by the kids. So my husband makes sure that they bring me breakfast in bed and all that kind of stuff. And they're
Oh,
finally
you're
at the age
so
where they can
young.
cook, so it's edible. So
You're so, you're so young. If
thank
I
you.
can be
God, I
50,
needed to hear that. Thank you.
if I can be 50 again, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, time is Lori, we were talking about this the other day. Time is just
Fleeting.
the older you get, I just don't understand it anymore. It goes by
Mhm.
too fast. Thank you for sharing, Victor. I
Thank
appreciate that so
you.
much.
Thank you
Happy
for having me.
Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family and being spoiled rotten.
Thank you.
Hey, Veronica, what are you thankful for this year?
Okay, so I did have something that I wanted to bring up to get some help with,
Sure, of
but
course.
no, I want to wait. I'll bring it next week.
Okay.
I after hearing everybody, I'd rather share something that happened today. Um, so I had a signing and talked to this gentleman on the phone, kind of doing, my normal pre-signing kind of call. And he was asking me how they were going to pay all his creditors, and I said, oh, they're going to send you checks, and then you have to send those, kind of explaining it to him. And he said, oh, I don't have stamps. I don't know, how am I going to get stamps? He was disabled. He can't get around. And he said, can you stop and buy me some stamps and I'll pay you back? And so I said, sure, no problem. He said, I just need like 7 of them. So I bought him a whole book of stamps, and I got out there. And after we were done with the signing, I gave him the stamps, and he said, oh, I got to pay you. I got to pay you. And I said, no, 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 it's okay. It's fine. And he said, no, no, I got to pay you. I told you I'd pay you. And I said, no, listen, my mom is disabled. And if somebody was helping her, like I'm helping you, I would hope that they would be kind.
Mm,
And he, just kind of looked at me, and I said, so, let me be kind to you.
yeah.
And he started crying, and I started crying.
Mm.
And I realized, he had nobody.
Yeah.
It was just me
Yeah.
in that moment. So it it just uh, it just puts everything in perspective, and it also reminded me of uh, why we do this. At least for a lot of us, part of why we do this is, at least for me, I'm a very heart-centered, service-oriented person, and so that's why I would buy a book of stamps for him. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
But it gives me those opportunities, to be kind to people that are strangers to me.
Yeah.
And so, um, just a reminder that you just don't know people's, situations. You don't know their path. You don't know. And so, because he was kind of ornery, you know. And my goal whenever I get those kind of people is just I'm going to make them smile or laugh, and I did by the end. And then he cried, and then I was like, oh gosh, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
Um, so I just wanted to share that because we can make more of a difference than just notarizing documents or signatures.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you may or may not have heard me say this in the past, but I say this frequently. Matt and Laura can attest to this. But the one thing that every single one of us on this call, this is what I know to be true. Every single one of us on this call, we all have a heart of service like that. And, spreading kindness in that way, Veronica, is so important in this world. And I'm so glad you had the opportunity to experience that and really
Yes.
feel it and know that you made an impact on somebody's life over
Yeah.
something so small.
Yeah. Because every time he pulls a stamp out of that book, he's going to remember
Yeah.
our
Absolutely.
interaction,
Yep.
And
and that people can be kind. It's
absolutely. Yes,
yeah.
people can be kind in this crazy world we live in.
Yes.
Kindness matters a lot. It really does. Thank you so much for sharing that, Veronica. I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving. And Laura and Matt, I'm like commandeering the conversation. So you know how I do. I don't mean to do that. But if y'all want to pop in there at any point, please do. Faith in Texas, what are you grateful for this year?
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
I am thankful for you, Jen, Matt, and Laura as Titans, and also this community who's bringing the questions that I would never think of, but then I'm learning from it.
Oh, yeah.
But also, I have been struggling with pricing strategies. And
Mm,
sometimes when you say things and then you put it out into the universe, it comes back to you. One day I said, if only I can come up with a good pricing strategy, and I happened to look up it in my email and saw where it was under promotions where Laura had done a blog on the
mm,
art of negotiations. I couldn't believe it. And everything that I needed to do, it was right there in that email. So it helped me to be a better negotiator and to show up for myself and be confident when somebody is contacting me, you know? So I'm thankful for that. So thank you.
Well, I mean, listen, who better to take advice from, Faith, than Laura Bewer, right? I mean, and especially when it comes to pricing strategies. And I think that is, Laura is somebody who believes this same way that the universe gives you what you want when you ask for it. And that seems like that was the perfect example of that, right, Faith?
It really was because, like I said, typically I get emails in my email box, but this was kind of floating up at the top where you have what promotions or,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it showed up there and I clicked it and I say, holy moly, this is what I was looking for.
Now I need somebody to do that with like $1 million, though. Like, I need $1 million, and it just shows up. Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh,
When
I
you
We
put
could
know.
it
all go
out
on vacation
there,
together.
when you put it at the universe doesn't know what you want until you say it. You have to speak it into reality.
Yeah.
That's what I see. And even I had a conversation with Matt yesterday. I was talking to him about when people search chat GPT or AI to like find notaries, because now they're using it to find services and the kinds of things we can do so we come up. And Matt, when you know it, later on that day, I got a call from a guy and he said, I just want to tell you how I found you. I did a chat GPT to ask for the best notary service in my area. And I came up number one.
That's
So
great.
Yeah,
you just have to speak it out there, and either the tools you need to get it done or the answer you were looking for, it just amazingly becomes apparent right before your eyes.
Yeah.
It's just happened to me over and over again.
Yeah.
incredible. Yeah. Okay, thank
Same.
you.
I love it. Thank you for sharing that, Faith, and
Mhm.
I hope and for the compliments. And I hope that you guys have a fabulous Thanksgiving. You weren't in all that mess down there, were you? The weather events yesterday?
No, I'm north of Houston, but
Oh,
we didn't get the terrible damage that they received in Houston. I mean, there were trees falling on houses and cars, and but
tornadoes. Yeah. Oh.
yeah, but no, we just got the rain. But at least I was able to ride my bicycle for 2 hours because I ride in the morning from 6 to 8,
Oh,
and I opened up my
wow.
business. Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
and
that's awesome.
oh yeah. In
Are
order to
you
do
like on
this.
the 10 speed, like you're doing that?
No, I'm riding outside on the trail and in the dark. I can only ride in the dark.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I love that though. I would
yeah.
never be brave enough to do
Oh yeah, I
that.
have headlights and yeah, it's like working in the
You.
mine. I got a helmet on it and the headlights. And yeah, I ride in the dark, on the
Look at you
yeah,
go. I love it.
yeah.
Thank you for
Can we get
sharing
one more
today.
in?
Yeah, we can get one more quick one in. We have Yasmin's hand up. Hi, Yasmin. How are you? Tell us what you are grateful for today.
Hi everyone. I'm a little sick, so my voice is kind of in and out. I had a question on the chat regarding I know there's other places where you can take the training to renew your commission,
Mhm.
but is the
California.
NNA the NNA is the only one that does the exam part of it? I'm in Visalia, California.
You can get the exam, a CPS, who are the proctors for the state in California, have their own schedule, and they also offer the exam outside of the NNA. So you would need to go to CPSHR dot, I don't know if they're dot com or dot org. I'm
CPS,
not sure, but it's CPSHR, and
CPS.
that's Cooperative Personnel Services. And they are the monitors for the California state exams, and they do on their website have other locations where you can go just to take the exam, because there's a lot of people that do it online with other companies.
Okay.
Thank you for the
And
question,
then just
Yasmin.
another quick question, if that's possible. Is there
Very
anything else
quick.
that I can do under the notary umbrella without having the commission?
There are other kinds of work that are under the notary umbrella that do not require a commission. Field inspections would be one. Some apostille work would be another one. What else, guys? There's a whole
Wedding officiant.
yeah, wedding officiant would be another one.
Fingerprinting.
Yeah, fingerprinting, live scanning would be another one. So there are a good half dozen or so non-notarization. They like to use notaries, but it's not necessary.
Okay, great. Thank you, guys.
So
Right.
Yasmin, I'm going to put the link for Laura's book in the chat. I want you to open the chat and just open that up so you can have it when we exit this call, which we are going to do right now. We're a little bit over. Thank you for hanging with us today, you guys. I hope that each of you has a happy Thanksgiving, but I'm going to let Matt say his happy Thanksgiving first,
Well,
and then
happy
Laura, and
Thanksgiving.
then
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We have spent another year together, and we are all another year wiser and better for our participation here. And I hope that all of you will be back for the next year to come.
absolutely. Laura, do you want to close us out today?
Absolutely. I want everyone to know that every champion was once a contender who just refused to give up.
Love that. Guys, happy Thanksgiving. We are grateful for you. Thank you all so much for being here today. We will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.